Begin transmission. This is Dungeon Radio Hour.
Hello and welcome, adventurers, to Dungeon Radio Hour, a D&D actual play comedy podcast where 7 out of 10 tabletop players agree this podcast has nothing to do with Dungeons & Dragons. As always, I'm your host and dungeon master, Dalton Rusher-Riddle, joined once again by our ragtag band of would-be heroes. Introduce yourself, heroes.
I'm Michael Adair.
I'm Alissa Adair.
And I'm Andrew Gerline.
So, I think it is safe to say that we've all been playing this game for, almost a decade, if not more?
Oh, God, really?
And,
Jeez.
yeah, it's been 10 years. I know we don't want to put that on air, but it's been 10 years, everyone. If not more. And I'm pretty sure it's more. But we've been at a table, we've all been there, where something happens either by a DM's design or a player's actions, and it makes us go, huh, this person's kind of an asshole. So,
Who are you talking about at this table?
Yeah.
well, it's Mike. We all know that.
Okay.
I'm kidding. If there's any asshole at this table, it's probably me, but I would never admit that. Anyways, I have scoured the pages of Reddit for several AITA D&D posts, and it is now our turn to cast judgment.
AITA, is that like artificial intelligent tits and ass? Sounds awesome.
It's very close. In some circles, it stands for Am I the Asshole?
Oh.
Yeah. Andrew, you don't understand what Reddit is, but those of us who do scour, we know that this is the best page to be on. I'm obsessed with Am I the Asshole? Like, I read them all the time. It's to the point where even if I'm on Pinterest, it will recommend me Am I the Asshole articles.
I disagree.
Pinterest.
I think it's
Yeah. I'm going in for a pot roast recipe, and I get stuck reading 18 Am I the Asshole stories.
Am I the asshole for poisoning the pot roast at my Thanksgiving last year?
So, buckle up, boys and girls, because these are kind of lengthy. I'm going to read them off, but I need to be able to set the scene so that we can accurately decide, are they the asshole? So this Reddit post comes from Redditor typical_sleep4690. If you listen to our show, shout out, hey, you're on our show. So to start out, I feel silly for writing this. I feel silly for this entire situation. I hate that a fictional world is causing this kind of problem in my life, but here we are. So I'm in a group with 6 newish players. This is our first campaign, but we've been playing together for about a half a year. We have a mix of alignments, but I play the only actual good aligned character. At odds with me are 2 evil characters who basically do whatever the hell they want, up to and including killing innocent people without reason. The rest of the party just kind of rolls their eyes at this most of the time, but my character has a serious issue with it, and at this point, it doesn't make any sense that they would remain in the party. Their character would remain in the party. My character has spoken out and warned them to stop many times, but this only results in the other characters teaming up on me and often ridiculing my own character. I'm not so attached to my character that for the sake of the game, I wouldn't just roll a new one that would better fit with the group, but unfortunately the evil players also do things that are so frustratingly stupid, where have I heard that before, that they could derail the entire campaign, more or less resulting in a TPK. For those of you who don't know, that means total party kill. I just want to play the game. I want to see what happens next. I want to unravel the mystery of the realm where the campaign takes place. All of us players do outlandish, flamboyant, and even sometimes risky things, and I think that makes the game more fun, but I'm becoming very frustrated. My character has basically become reviled in the game world for being the moral compass / voice of reason, and it's starting to bumble over into my personal feelings. They're very close friends in real life. But it's just a game, right? The point is to have fun. Yeah, I get that. But I see it as joining a social sport or a social club. It's casual, but you want to be able to enjoy yourself at the same time, too. They are seriously thinking about leaving the game altogether because they're not enjoying themselves like they used to. So, who's the asshole in this situation? Is it them because they're taking it too seriously? Or...
So this one I feel like is complicated. I I don't really think anyone is a true asshole in this particular situation. I mean, I totally get this person's frustration that they're trying to play a good character, but it also sounds like the majority of the party is trying to play a more chaotic game. There's a murder hobo stereotype for a reason. It more sounds like this person just needs to find a new group because they're just not meshing.
Yeah, I mean, I have some questions. Like, did it say how many players are in the group altogether?
6, I think.
So 6. I don't know if that's 6 players plus a DM or if it's a 6 players including the DM.
Well, if that's said, then there's 2 evil guys, and it sounds like the rest of the group has different alignments, but there's 2 truly evil characters that he has beef with. What kind of sucks is, like, his character's the morally upright one, and it seems like everybody else is ganging up on him when he tries to act in character and, and plead with, like, the evil characters to be good. So I'm wondering how he goes about that. Like, is he just, like, kind of like a weenie Boy Scout about it? Or does it...
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
We really should be killing each other.
Stop.
It's not murder.
We shouldn't kill everybody.
Yeah.
Guys, we cannot mercilessly make fun of this stranger on the internet that we do not know.
We're not making fun of him. No, but I honestly wonder, like...
The thing is, we can.
Like, everybody else seems to disagree with this guy. So, I mean, you have a point, Alyssa. Usually you hear about the evil characters being the assholes, but in this situation, maybe this guy needs to stop being so attached to this character that he won't roll a new one, bench it, come back to it later, and take this as an opportunity to make an even better, more fun character that could excite him.
Yeah.
Right.
Variety is the spice of life. Roll a new character. Maybe you'll like it even more.
They even make a comment in the post themselves, and they say, I'm not opposed to rolling a new character. I feel like your answer is there. You've already solved the problem for yourself. As a DM, coming from a DM perspective, I do think this is the point in the campaign or in the process where the DM needs to step in a little bit and be like, hey, let's get everybody on the same page. And this should have honestly been talked about at session 0. What kind of characters are we bringing to the table? What kind of alignments does everybody want to play with? And then tailor it towards that so the whole group can be on the same page. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's collaborative storytelling. And in order to do that effectively, you need to collaborate. And if you have, alignments going in 4 different directions, it's hard to get everyone on the same page.
Yeah. I think it just comes to communication, because if this were a post in the opposite where a group had decided we're going to play evil characters and suddenly half of the group is doing good things and the one who's actually playing evil like they planned is like, well, what the fuck? I thought we were going to murder people. Why are we giving candy to children? It's like but if you never had that conversation of we're going to play evil characters, then I think, there's no assholes in the situation, but now there does need to be a discussion. Otherwise, most people in this campaign seem like they want to murder people, which is fun to do in like GTA and Skyrim. I don't blame people for wanting to test the rules of the world.
Exactly.
But you have to have that conversation. Otherwise, maybe roll a new character or a different group. Yeah,
and what Dalton said about the DM, that's the part that truly confuses me, because I just don't understand why at the very beginning he or she wasn't thrown by characters being outright like choosing an alignment of evil and others choosing the alignment of good and having them all be on the same team. It's not that these players just happen to be changing their character into evil. Like, this person definitely makes it seem like, no, they chose that alignment. So, so with
and if they did, and they had that discussion, then the person who's posting, it's like, you knew beforehand that they were going to be evil.
Exactly. Either you knew this beforehand. Well, you did know this beforehand, but also I would just question the DM as to why they didn't look into that further. Because to me, if I was being the DM, I would kind of be hesitant. I'm like, okay, and where do you guys kind of see this going? Because if I have chaotic evils and then lawful goods literally in the same team,
that's going to create tension.
It's going to create a lot of tension. Are you guys wanting that?
Fine.
Exactly. Are you wanting that to happen? If not,
but it doesn't sound like they're being tense in character. He's bringing the tension outside of the game and into his relationships with these people.
And I don't have a problem with like, oh, okay, our characters have beef because of story. Because if we're all like...
And we always get along and...
that's boring.
It's like Civil War. you know?
Yeah, but it just
interesting.
can't, it can't gridlock the game. As my last thought, I don't think we have all the details here. So we don't know if they had a session 0, but nobody's an asshole, but you're all friends.
Yeah.
So you need to be better friends to each other. And if I were in this situation, I would I would roll a new character. Roll a new character, because the poster has a good point. It's just a game, right? Well, no, it's not just a game, because this could be the only time you see your friends, and every time you see your friends, you're not having fun.
Yeah.
So that's, we had that. For the longest time, the only time we would hang out was just during D&D nights, because those are notoriously hard to schedule.
Yeah.
So if this is your only interaction with your friends and you're not having fun, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
And it needs to be fixed.
Verdict is no one's the asshole. Just unfortunately a situation of, I think, this person having their expectations
Dashed. you
Yeah.
know?
Let's say if anyone is an asshole, it's probably the DM, because they should have helped both sides be on the same page.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The
Why
DM
didn't they
could
come in
be
sooner?
a better DM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck this DM. You know what? The DM's a fucking asshole.
Hey,
I want to
you
know
what?
this guy's name.
The
and where
DM's
he
an
lives.
asshole, and we're doxing the DM right now. If you
Yeah.
look in the show notes, address, name,
Scott Heidelberg from Kentucky.
we see you, Scott Heidelberg. We're coming for you.
Okay. You guys want to do another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one.
I can
Okay.
do this all day.
Same.
Sit in
Same.
judgment. Sit in judgment. I love doing this.
One more. Here we go. This is from Redditor Carlos H46. So this situation happened a few months ago, and he's heard opinions on both sides of the spectrum, so they wanted to take it to Reddit and see what Reddit had to say. So I was in a D&D campaign with a few friends who I will be referring to by their in-game races just for the privacy, and everyone can keep all of the characters straight. We were playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, and the DM thought it would be a cool feature if everyone got a secret. Mine was that I was secretly a member of the Harpers and had a contact in one of the towns. Well, we were later clearing a dungeon, and another one in our party, who was an owlin druid. For those of you who don't know what an owlin is, it's an anthropomorphic owl that is a character, revealed that they used to worship the Frost Maiden, and while they'd help in any way they could, they wouldn't and could not physically fight her. No explanation as to why, whether it was a personal choice, magical reason, etc., etc. Turns out that another member of the party, a Goliath barbarian, had a secret that she couldn't return home if she didn't destroy the Frost Maiden. The Goliath immediately goes after the Owlin. Owlin flies away and does everything they can to stop it. Meanwhile, my character is chasing after both of them, trying to get the Goliath to stop. When we tried explaining our point of view, the Goliath player shrugged and said, my character wouldn't listen, so I won't listen either, followed by trying to go after the Owlin again. Owlin got put into a death saving throw 3 different times because the Goliath kept coming back even after we'd stabilized the Owlin. At this point of the game, Owlin and I are pretty frustrated. Our DM didn't do anything to stop what was happening, and even when we broke character and told Goliath and the DM that this wasn't fun for us, Goliath basically shrugged and said, that's the game. Owlin player and I left and never looked back. They were absolutely wrecked when they reached their car. They were sobbing, didn't know how to calm them down before we left. Later on, the Owlin player told me that they had been contacted by the Goliath outside of the game and told that they were both being shitty friends who didn't know how things worked because they were new to the game.
What? Oh,
So
is that it?
are they? Yeah. So are they the
Oh.
asshole for walking out on the game? Or is the Goliath character or the DM character, not DM character, or the DM in this instance?
Can I
the
ask
asshole?
something?
Yeah.
Okay. For all the listeners in the group who tuned out like I did, because the words Owlin, Goliath, and Frost Maiden were said over and over again. What happened?
So, long story short, each of the player characters had their own little secret. The Owlin character would help the party, but refused to fight the Frost Maiden. The Goliath couldn't return to her home without fighting the Frost Maiden, so she immediately saw the Owlin as an enemy and tried to eliminate the Owlin.
Okay, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm glad you asked that because I didn't get that.
Yeah.
And that makes me change my answer to no assholes here. because they each had a complete opposite goal. Neither of them knew the other's goal, and they both played their goal honestly. I can't fault either of them for doing so. The DM asked them not to communicate as part of it, which at that point I would maybe reveal the secrets before letting the group split up like that. But I do think the OPs are taking it a little personally when everyone was given a secret and everyone was acting on their secrets truthfully.
See, but for me, I think the asshole is the DM, because to purposely give them very conflicting secrets just truly sounds like they just unleashed chaos on the table and was just hoping for this giant thing to unravel. And to me, I'm
That's
like,
what it was, yeah.
I get it. The DM was trying to get creative. They thought that would be fun. But again, this is supposed to be a team game, and you gave them completely contradictory secrets. Like, it's gonna come out in a big fight. So,
I'm somewhere in the middle of Andrew and Alissa, but I'm leaning a little bit more Alissa. Because here's the thing. It's a great idea in theory.
In theory.
But maybe it should have been different secrets, because you're right. Because it sounds like what the game devolved down to is the Alan flying away trying not to get killed and the Goliath trying to kill them.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, how's that fun? How's that fun for everybody?
It sounded very boring when they described what actually unfolded.
Yeah, you tuned right out.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I do anyway, but I especially did, because that was boring.
So here's my thing. I agree with Andrew all the way up until the Owlin and the OP break character at the table to be like, hey, this is not fun for us anymore.
Yes.
And then at that point, the DM needs to recognize the chaos they have created. And then the Goliath character honestly needs to back off and be like, okay, why am I still trying to kill another player's character at the table?
Yeah.
If it was an NPC, go for it. Kill the NPC. Do what you feel like you need to. But at the end of the day, this is another player's character at the table. They are here for the same exact experience that you were wanting to have.
And you need to respect.
are ruining it by constantly trying to kill your character because you're so engrossed in your role play that you can't see.
The DM could have revealed the secrets. And I think if the DM played it right, they all could have laughed about it.
Yeah.
First of all,
100%.
they say, hey, we're not having fun. DM says, okay, guys, Alan, you are not allowed to kill the guy. Giant, you have to kill. And then they'd go, oh, I get it now. And then maybe Alan could explain in character, hey, I used to worship this girl. I'm not going to kill her. And Giant goes, oh, I respect religion. And they could have had a solution.
I respect religion.
I respect your religion.
I respect your religion.
I like how we immediately went.
I have to cut her in half. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's the part for me as well, Dalton. And for that, I also think the Goliath character is also the asshole, because the moment that they also came out of character and said, hey, this is not fun for me, we're not, like, this isn't working, they literally shrugged and said, well, that's the game. No, immediately no.
Yeah.
That's so rude. And like you said, disrespectful. Exactly. If someone at the table is saying they're not having fun, you need to stop. And he, of course, pulled the phrase I hate more than anything, which is, well, this is what my character would do. Right. That's exactly what the Goliath said. And I hate that because that's just you. That's not your character just doing what he'd want. That's you as the player only having one idea. Sure, your secret is that you can't get back to home unless you kill this frost maiden, whatever. Okay, think of some other solutions other than that the Owlin is your mortal enemy now. There could be others.
Can you take a piece of her clothing and bring it back to your people and say, I killed her?
Yeah.
Right.
Can you not go home for a while? Is there a storyline with that?
Can you
creative solutions with
the
everything.
Owlin and ask the Owlin, okay, so you used to worship this person. Do they have any weaknesses? Where do they live? Like, use the Owlin for information. Don't automatically assume you have to kill that character.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to worship this goddess? It's got a lot of allegations against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, deceive
it's
the Owlin into
dumb plan,
going with you.
Just killing the Owlin, that's not your goal. You got completely distracted by that, even if you are choosing that character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, it's not entirely the Goliath's fault, but I don't like that they DM'd them later, right? And said, you guys don't know how the game is played.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's like dickery, and also, there's no one way to play D&D.
Yeah.
There's no right answer.
Yeah.
The only thing is, you guys should have fun. And that is, as we're seeing, mainly on the DM. Like, the DM is the one who curates this entire experience for all the players. And the DM failed more than anybody, but the Goliath was also kind of a dick.
Oh, yeah. What's ironic about that to
100%.
me is that I'm like, when you said that, Dalton, in my head, I wanted to scream, you don't know how to play the game. Like, this person being like,
You know what
just
it
don't
is?
get it. Like, you don't
I
get
think
it.
the Goliath was given a little bit of power. It just shows what happens when you give power to people. It's like some people will use it appropriately, but other people will be corrupted by the power and only use it to say, I'm going to kill one of the players, and that's my character does.
Yeah.
And it's because of the secret you gave me. It's part of the game.
The thing that's fun for this kind of character is just like getting as many kills under their belt as they can.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
powerful. You're right. That's totally what this guy was all about.
Yeah, the secret did not explicitly state that he'd have to kill the Owlin. That was his choice as a player.
Yep.
No matter how much he
Right.
wants to
100%.
say, that's what my character would do. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yep, 100%. All right, everybody listening at home, if you agree with us, let us know. Drop us a DM, drop us a comment on one of our posts. If you disagree with us, stay silent. We don't want to hear it. No disagreements here. And if you're out there playing at your tables, don't be assholes. Thanks.
Last time on Dungeon Radio Hour.
Split up. Alissa, you go over there. Andrew and I, we're headed over here.
Arnold, you coming with me?
You see an individual standing behind you that was not there before.
I'm sorry. The bar isn't open right now. You'll have to come back.
Okay, no, I think we need to follow them, but quietly.
Okay.
It's like pinging. It's like a ping or a metal detector. It's going to beep as you get closer. I think Dalton's down that road, so,
You see something in their eyes. Something that's not...
Them.
You start to hear the giant wing beats of a creature. So, last time you all left the lair of the Banshee, you continued down the tunnels and the pathways, and you found a subterranean town. Most of the buildings were destroyed or in some state of dishevelment, but you did find a couple that were intact. You split up. Arnold and Alissa went one way, Mike and Andrew went the other way, and you both had a strange encounter with zombie-like humans, elves, down in the subterranean levels, and they had this like vacant stare, and they had this weird vocal speech pattern, and you went into the center of town and you saw that there were more and more and more of these citizens living here, all with that same vacant expression, all with that weird kind of vocal speech pattern, and you started following them towards a large tower that loomed on the other end of town. And right before we ended, from behind you, you heard the giant flaps of wings as a large shadow flew overhead.
you think those are good wings or scary
Dude,
bad wings?
I think those are scary bad wings. I've never seen a size wing. Hold on. I'm so scared. I've never seen wings of that
You're so
size.
scared you couldn't get it out.
I
Try
know.
again.
Hold on.
Try again.
I've never seen wings of that size, and it be good. Okay,
I felt it.
Those are bad wings, dude.
I felt the pressure on me, like the wind of it.
When
It
when
blew my
Andrew
hair
said
back a
that,
little
all I
bit.
could think of, is it a good witch or a bad witch? Is it
Alyssa, we have no time for your references. This is serious.
Honestly, we've seen worse than this. Giant flying
It
thing.
could just be
Ah.
a bird. It could be their bird. They're underground, scaled.
it
taloned,
doesn't feel like
fanged
a
birds.
bird. It feels like this is the thing
I know, it's so far up,
Everybody's
it's hard to even see.
scared of or mind controlled by or something, dude. We gotta figure out a plan.
Did it go behind the castle, Dalton?
So as you are standing there watching this winged shadow fly ahead, it's too high above you for you to really get a good clear view of what it is. You just see this large shape moving, but you watch as it goes up to the top of the tower that everyone in this town is walking towards, and you watch it land on top
God.
of this tower.
Okay,
but what does it look like?
Yeah, what is the vague shape? Who's that Pokemon? Like, is it a dragon
Is it constantly
shape?
covered in mist and clouds? We've seen it land. What does it look like?
Is it a butterfly-looking wing? Is it a bird, dragon? Just vague shape.
So as it lands, you hear Arnold just kind of under his breath go, "That, my friends, was a dragon.
Holy, wait, hold the fuck up. Arnold,
I
did
forgot.
you
He's
just
got
say
bird eyes. He can see.
that's the titular character in this game we're playing? That's one of the things. We're in a dungeon, and what was that?
He said it.
He did.
What was it?
Dragon.
It's a dragon.
Oh, shit!
Dude,
Those are bad.
we have
Those
seen,
are bad.
We've seen a couple dungeons. We haven't seen a dragon yet. This is big news for us. I mean, honestly.
But the title is Dungeons and Dragons. Plural,
no.
dude.
So there's more?
We can maybe take this one dragon, but I don't think we can handle another
I don't
one.
feel like we can take a dragon, to be honest.
You're right.
I don't
Yep.
feel like we have the strength. We don't have the numbers. We don't have the knowledge.
I don't have the bravery, the know-how.
I don't have the heart, the courage, and whatever else, like,
No.
Dorothy needed.
I haven't been keeping up with Duolingo. I've got like 82 days dark.
I can't speak Draconic worth a lick.
No. I also don't
Not
have
a
the
little
want. Don't wanna.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I
yet
don't
we're
want
heading
to fight-
towards the tower.
We can head towards the tower without attacking a dragon. It's called being
Yeah,
sneaky.
let's agree. We're heading towards the tower, not the dragon. Even though right now they're the same place.
Yes.
What do we get out of this if we
We're-
go to the tower?
We're like Shrek. It's on our to-do list. You know, like it's
Right.
off to the
Exactly.
side.
Somebody remind me, what do we get out of this if we go to the tower?
Dalton could be there, man.
The my little blinky thing. It's beeping right now, and when I point it at the tower, beep beep. When I point it away, no beep beep. Dalton that way.
Yes. Correct. Alyssa's locate object spell that we are taking vast liberties with in this game. It is indeed blinking when it is pointed towards the tower. However, when it is not, it goes dark. As you all are talking, Arnold also says, "It is uncommon to see dragons so far underground. I suggest we approach this one with caution."
I was already going to be cautious.
I was very cautious.
On my to-do list already. So
Checked, marked. Boop.
I mean, we should be strapping ourselves with the thickest, strongest materials we can find. This goblin intestine is not going to stop a dragon fire.
Okay.
Okay?
This is a stealth mission, guys. This isn't a run and gun. Let's burn the fucking tower down. We have to stealth if we're gonna survive
We
this.
sneak in.
Okay,
We find
fair.
Dalton. We get out.
So everyone give me a stealth check.
Okay.
19.
15.
15.
And Arnold, that is a 2. Luckily,
Arnold.
with he has heavy armor on.
Feathers and shitting everywhere as he walks.
Clonk, clonk.
Luckily, though, with everyone else's rolls, he will be stealthy enough to move silently. However, as all of you are getting ready to go into stealth mode and approach the tower, you feel the cold touch of flesh grab each of your hands. And as you look down, you see that a child on either side of you has grabbed your hands and is starting to walk toward you to the tower.
Goof!
No, Andrew.
Ow, hey!
No, Andrew.
Hey, I slapped the hand away.
This is how we can sneak in.
I agree, but listen, this kid is young. We need to teach consent
True.
early. I didn't. Ghostly
I
child?
tend to agree with Andrew on this one.
You got to slap the hand of the child that has grabbed you. Give me a strength check or a contested strength check.
7.
Cool. And as you do, you feel the hand that you're about to slap with get grabbed by another child's hand. And the child looks up to you and goes,
He's expecting you. Come this way, please.
No.
Children,
No,
consent
no,
for
no.
all of you. Okay, unhand me. Okay, guys.
Andrew, don't struggle with the children. This seems like a plot device.
That's just also and just embarrassing. Like you're struggling really hard to
You're-
get out of
you're
that kid's
sweating.
grasp.
I was already gonna go to the place. I don't need to be strong.
you know
by
what?
These kids.
I don't need to be strong-armed either. Should we fight these children or no? These are
No,
children.
you're-
I don't want to kill children.
They're really cold. You don't want to touch these kids, man.
You just got to talk in their language. Haha. We are not resisting. We are complying.
Yeah. I love being guided by creepy cold children. Ha ha ha. I am not going to resist.
I don't even mind that your hands are sticky. I would love to go to wherever you are going.
Did you maybe eat some jam or touch something sticky?
These are children. They definitely touch something
You really
sticky.
should wash your hands. It is hygienic.
These kids love hard candy. They're so overweight. I mean, just look
Okay,
at
I try to wriggle free of these. I'm doing monotone, ghost tone, beep boop, but I'm like trying to get out of their death grip.
And Andrew, just like an anaconda, as you try to wiggle and snake your hands out of these children's, you feel their grip getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Every time you move a finger, it opens up more room for them to clamp down on.
Are there
your
more
flesh.
kids?
No, that's just the two that have a hold of your hand.
Okay,
But every time you move, you give them more of a reason to squeeze harder and harder.
You're just getting grappled.
Describe the children that are attached to Andrew currently.
Yeah, so both are squat in stature. They look to be dwarven children. They already have the stubble of beards growing, both the boy and the girl.
Okay, guys. I think let's just walk towards the tower because I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I sound like one of those guys with the lung that's the hole with the
voice
little
box.
kazoo in there.
Yeah, it's not a kazoo.
Yeah. It's a kazoo, bro. It's a hole there. You stick the kazoo in, and it plays those songs from the 90s.
I'm just gonna reposition the hand off of your throat. I'm gonna put it back on your arm. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So after you stop resisting and stop struggling, and you allow the children to walk you towards the tower, you notice more and more of the townspeople making their way, and there are all manner. There are humans, there are elves, there are orcs, there are goblins, there are dwarves, there are gnomes, there are drow. Any manner of magical creature that you can think of seem to be represented in this town, and they're all kind of congregated at the base of this large obsidian tower. It seems to be 6 to 7 stories high. There's one singular window that is circular in shape that sits at the very top, and it offers this kind of sickly green glow that basks everybody in this kind of eerie light. And you can't see the door because everybody has kind of congregated at the base of this tower, and there's probably, I would say, 50 to 60 townsfolk that have gathered in front of this tower, and you're all at the back with the children. And as you guys get up to this crowd, they all turn to look at you with that same vacant expression, and then just like the sea, part down the middle, allowing you a singular path towards the door. And as they part, all of the children that are with you drop your hands and just point the direction of the door.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Girls' Night Out! Oh, Beelzebub, how many strapping young men are out tonight?
They make me want to pour a little love potion into their ales.
Yes, and then bring them back to our place and feast upon their juicy flesh! OMG, same brain. Okay, I'll distract them with a cleavage hex. You spike their drinks.
I don't have any love potions on.
Why don't you just brew one?
Here? I can't bring an entire cauldron in my clutch.
Well, I can. It's my cauldron. The portable cauldron for the witch on the go.
Shrieking succubi! How in the 9 hells did you do that?
My cauldron is the travel-friendly, ultra-compact cauldron for the hot modern witch. It folds neatly into the size of a small mammal's heart and even fits into your pockets.
How marvelous! Now we can whip up a brew wherever our broomsticks take us.
Looks like our love concoction is ready.
I've never seen a potion ready so fast.
Oh, that's because my cauldron is integrated with fairy fire and stirring charms. So all you have to do is add your ingredients, chant the abyssal words, and poof! Small batch magical potion brewed right before your eyes. You don't even have to lift a talon.
Hey, you ladies. Thanks for the beer. Say, you two are looking mighty fine.
Whoa now! Keep your pants on, bestie! At least get him home first.
All right, let's get home and lay eggs in him before the potion wears off.
My cauldron, portable cauldron. Brew anywhere.
Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Guys.
How did they know we weren't one of them?
I don't know.
What gave us away?
I know. I really felt like we did it really
I thought
well.
the voice was good, but this is like
You know what? We're still wearing goblin gear. We should have been dressed like kids.
Maybe we should have dressed
Sideways
like
hats,
we didn't
lollipops.
Guys, this
Yo-yos.
feels like a creepy mythical UNICEF ad or something. There's so much diversity down here. I'm not used to this.
I don't think that's what we need to be worried about here.
But they all worship the same guy? I don't know, dude.
You're right.
You're really...
Right. I mean, it's creepy for many reasons. I mean, is the dragon still up there, Dalton?
You look up towards the top of the tower. Give me a perception check.
16.
Cool. From this angle, you can't see the top of the tower. You can't tell if there's still a dragon perched atop its stony structure or not.
All right, well, I mean, the element of surprise is gone, guys. I think we just have to move forward and hope we can charm our way out.
Hey, kids. Hey, we're trying to maintain the element of surprise here. Who knows what that means? Anyone? Can I get a hand?
There are no surprises here. He knows everything.
Yeah. We're doing a surprise thing, though, and I just need you guys to keep your tiny little ghostly traps shut about the fact that we were here. We're just going to tiptoe our way through these gates and go worship your master for fun. So don't tell anyone we're here.
We love your master. What a good guy. You know what? I was looking for a new religion to devote myself wholly to. I'm so glad that we happened upon this village. I need a renewed faith. I need something to believe in the world. So that is why I am willingly going to your master. To him.
I could use a strong male figure. There's not enough of those in leadership positions across the world.
Not enough. Not nearly enough.
All right, so we're going inside now.
Cool. So the four of you make your way past the crowd of zombie citizens and into the tower itself. And as you walk into the tower, you are confronted with a spiral staircase that seems to go up the entire height of the tower itself. And as you begin to climb, the air seems to get heavier and heavier. And Alissa, you sense it first. Just the presence of pure magical energy, and the hair begins to stand up on the back of your neck and on your arms. And Andrew and Mike, as you continue to climb the tower, you start to feel the same thing that Alissa does, just this heavy presence of magical energy, almost like you're pushing your way through molasses.
Oh, guys.
Oh, God.
I know we've done a lot of cardio in this world, but this is a lot of cardio.
I mean, my body's not used to this. I'm going to need a couch stab.
My asthma's
I've
acting
been
up.
riding on Mike the whole time.
Oh, that's why
I'm
he's
on Mike's
tired.
back.
And it's...
I thought I could hitch a ride, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not good with stairs.
This isn't helping, dude. I'm just not... I don't
I'll
have
get
the abdominal muscles for this. My core feels so weak. I think I'm going to lay down.
We're going to feel this in the morning.
I think I'm going to lay down.
I think you need a full corectomy, dude. I don't think you have a core.
I don't know if I have a core either,
You might have been born without a core, man.
I might have been. I'm laying down. I'm laying down.
Okay.
We're taking rest.
You zoom out, and we've gone up 3 steps.
You've made absolutely no headway at all. So you guys continue to climb, and by the time you get to the top of the steps, you are incredibly winded. But when you do get to the top of the steps, it opens up into this vast chamber. There are colorful tapestries hung on every visible surface of the wall. There are weapon mounts and shield racks, and there are large display cases made of glistening glass. And inside each of these cases, you see cloaks and armor and staffs and all manner of jewelry like rings and circlets and necklaces, almost set up as if it's a museum. And in the center of the room, towards the back on this almost platform-like stage, is a giant dragon. Its purple scales almost black seem to glisten in this eerie glow that fills the room. Its serpentine-like body is long and slender. Its tail curls around it as it sits there kind of laying on this stage. Its long, narrow face with curling black horns that go up and back, and its dark red eyes that seem to pierce right into you. And as you approach, he says,
"Fascinating. You're taller than most goblins."
Oh, guys, goblins. Yes, we are. But,
We get it on our mother's side.
yeah, we were promoted to goblin generals because we were bigger.
We
Right, guys?
drink mostly milk, full of growth hormones to make our bones long and thick.
Milk good for bones.
We love milk. Everybody,
And blood.
let's do the chant that we always do.
Got
Milk, milk,
Milk.
milk, milk, milk.
And blood!
And blood, don't forget blood, because we're goblins.
Silence!
and as he says silence, each of your mouths shut.
I don't know what type of fool you take me for. I know you are not goblins, simply under the guise of illusion, magic, and trickery.
If we're not goblins, how would we know what all goblins believe?
I give it up.
I don't
He
know.
knows.
I don't know.
He
I don't-
What? No. Hold on, Dragon, hang on. Mike, what do all goblins believe?
All goblins believe that see something, say something. Also, children's bowels are full of delicious nutrients.
Just their mouths?
Their bowels, I
Oh.
said.
Bowels is what I thought you said.
I also
did.
thought you said bowels.
Mighty Dragon, you heard bowels too.
I also heard bowels.
It's bowels. I said bowels. And we all know this because we're goblins and we all know what goblins believe. Which are the things that I just said.
Don't even repeat them.
Don't need to
Send 'em.
repeat them.
I'm not ready to drop the accent, but I don't think this is working.
I don't. Oh my god, I'm so.
It feels right to talk like this. Anyone else feel like you should have been talking like this your whole life?
Oh, you chain smoker. I don't.
All right.
It hurts.
Oh, you're right.
The larynx.
You guys see this fucking dragon though?
I see the dragon.
Oh, dear God. That is very realistic looking dragon costume you have there, sir. We were just looking for
Goblin Con, which is why we're
Goblin
dressed
Con.
this way. We are on our way to Goblin Con.
We honor dragons.
We honor dragons.
I was hoping to meet Goblet, get a signature, you know what I mean? Get her to sign my leg.
I was hoping to meet Papa Goblin, Sleepy Goblin, Brainy Goblin, the Goblin Gang.
They all have different personalities.
The GGs,
Andrew-
if you will.
Yeah.
Andrew, Mike, Alyssa, everybody roll a deception score.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Nat 20!
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a modified 19.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Not as good, but hell yeah.
12.
So, you say you're here for Goblin Con.
No, Dragon Con. He wasn't listening.
Sorry, Dragon Con.
I did say Goblin
No,
Con.
I thought Mike said Goblin Con.
You said
I
Dragon
said
Con.
Goblin
There's
Con.
2 concurrent cons happening. There's a hotel down the road that's got Dragon Con. We're here for the whole weekend.
Absolutely
okay?
packed, by the way, and tickets expensive. Dragon Con, we couldn't afford it. We love dragons, but we were on our way to Goblin Con, which makes sense because that's why we're dressed this way. Why would we be going to Dragon Con?
As the two of you continue rambling and talking, the dragon kind of raises up and starts to laugh, and as he does, this kind of smoke rolls out of his nostrils.
Dinner and a show. I am highly entertained.
Me too.
Oh, so
and
dinner
I would
is coming?
love some dinner. I am on keto. So
Guys.
I hope you have something, that's keto. What does keto do again?
Guys, I think the implication here is that we are the dinner.
Oh, you're
I
mistaken.
think you've misunderstood. My friends seem to have made a faux pas, thinking you literally meant dinner was coming.
How embarrassing.
You're gonna eat us, right?
Well, that's the plan. That's what I do with most of the morsels that Nesnar sends my way.
Right.
Nesnar didn't send us, dude.
We're looking for
guys,
Nesnar. Because we're working for him.
Working and looking.
And he told us to meet him here.
He told us, meet me at Goblin Con. Come dressed as goblins so you blend in.
Yeah, the dark elf with the purple portals, the spider guy.
Yeah.
You know, Nesnar.
Oh, yes, I know full well who this drow is that you speak of, and I also know the agreement that he and I have made. He stays in his castle, I stay in my tower, and we both reap the benefits of our working relationship.
That's cool. That's cool.
We didn't get your name, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dragons have names, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, but my name would sound so trivial in your common tongue.
Oh, we wouldn't find it trivial at all.
No.
I'd like to try it. Is it like or some crazy sound like that?
You're just shy.
But in common tongue, you may call me
Corpheus.
Corpheus. See, not trivial at all. That's a beautiful name.
You look like a Corpheus.
Agreed. But I am going to go ahead and still try to call you by the real name. I like to use someone's, native name. I think it's it's really nice to meet you. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
We're so sorry for the confusion. Nesnar told us to meet him. We obviously got our castles mixed up, but he would be so upset if we missed our meeting.
We also have an understanding with Nesnar. He's like, hey, you meet us at this castle for Goblin Con, dressed as goblins, and you'll never be eaten in your lives. And I was like, what an interesting agreement, Nesnar. And I was like, but I hate to be eaten. So I agreed, of course, and he's our mutual friend, so this is a big misunderstanding.
And he needs us for his master.
Right.
You don't want to eat us. We're covered in goblin intestines and blood and bones and
we
stuff.
Smell, and also, we're from Earth, which is not part of your realm at all.
What did you say?
What I said was, we're not from your realm, so...
Realm. So you're not from here. You're like that other pet that Nesnar has locked away in his dungeon. Interesting.
Yes, exactly. And he needed us as well, so we were just heading his way.
We're his pets? His new pets?
Yeah, new pets right here. And everyone hates when you kill their pets, so...
Oh god, don't kill Nesnar's pets. I mean, have you seen the John Wick movies? There's 4 movies about a guy who kills thousands of people because they killed his dog. He'll probably do that to you, big dragon, scary dragon.
Yeah.
But
don't hurt us.
Anyway, it was so nice meeting you.
So nice.
And we gotta be on our way.
As you all turn to walk out the door that you came, they immediately both swing shut. And you hear an audible click as they lock.
Automatic doors. Well, that's nice.
Rar, I think you closed the doors when you meant to open them.
I must say you are the most interesting meal I have had in quite some time.
If we're that interesting, why end the meal? We could be an appetizer around your table forever if you want. We don't want to die, so we'll just keep being interesting and entertaining, right, guys?
You said dinner and a show. Let us do the show first, because we're performers. We're theater people. We're a part of a troupe.
We actually have degrees in it.
So
we're very smart.
I know who would give degrees in those things, but they did.
They did. And, so we're professional entertainers.
Different land, different realm.
Different realm. Let us go ahead and perform our show for you, and if you still want to eat us, we'll let you eat us. Okay? Deal? Big guy?
I do enjoy making deals with mortals.
And if you are entertained, we get to leave. Is that the deal?
I didn't say that.
You said you like making deals. I'm asking.
No, that was the entire basis of the deal, sir.
Yeah.
If I am entertained, you will not become my meal, simply another addition to my menagerie.
And does being a menagerie involve being dead?
You will simply become a citizen of the town below.
Nope. we're already citizens of the good old USA.
We're citizens of the Earth.
And we won't be joining your society, but thanks for the offer.
These, unfortunately, are my terms. If you do not agree to them, the other option is, well, I think you know.
And now what? Wait, what's that? An incoming transmission from a strange new world. From planet Earth. This transmission comes from a real-life sponsor.
I gotta get ready for battle, and that means these figs gots to get painted.
Now we're gonna need a round brush here. Hold it gently, and we're just gonna put a little smile on his face right there.
A smile? I want my soldiers covered in blood and dirt. They need to be hardened from the horrors of war.
And now we have a nice, friendly little barbarian. Oh, and would you look at that? He's got cupcakes for everyone. Bet they're baked with love.
Attention! We've got a war coming, and we need an army stat.
Oops, spilled a touch of pink on his battle axe. No worries, just a happy little accident.
Bob Ross is really screwing up here, sir. He's got half of our men baking quiches.
Fall in line, you hip-wearing hippie! You think these wimpy soldiers are gonna cut it? Pathetic! Forget your granny's paint set! Turn those dull gray minifigs into bloodthirsty beasts with the army painter!
Wow!
With 124 different colors to choose from, our elite and highly pigmented war paint is the best in the industry. Rain death on your enemies at lightning speed with airbrush and spray sets. Employ instant explosive coverage with quick shade washes. Even control the battlefield with terrain and character bases.
No way! With that much detail, my character's gonna be the talk of the table. But I've got a whole army to paint. How am I going to do it in time for battle?
Chin up, soldier! With speed paint, you can paint your soldiers at breakneck speed. With shadow, midtone, and highlights all in one coat. Now drop it, paint me 50.
Wow, I just painted my entire orc army in no time. Now I have time to paint my secret weapon.
Spend more time gaming and less time painting with the Army Painter. See more and pre-order Speed Paint 2.0 at thearmypainter.com.
Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay, time to begin the show. I clap my hands. Minor illusion.
Okay, guys.
There's a curtain that closes. I'm like, okay, guys, roll with me on this. I'm gonna lead with something. You guys, we're just improvising because obviously we don't have a show. So I'm improvising. Follow my lead, and we'll begin here.
Okay, but here's
what?
But Mike, wait.
Michael,
I
what
don't
should
know
I do?
disguising things. So when we go out there, you gotta throw us some props and costumes too.
I'm gonna throw you props.
You know
I'm gonna throw you costumes. I have them all in this handy bag. Also magic. Don't worry about it.
Real quick.
Can I have an iPad?
Time to begin the big show starring Mike, Alissa, and Andrew. Part of the human beings you don't want to eat group of theater.
Yay!
Yay!
Start clapping.
Okay. Open up the curtains. Okay. And we begin our narration here in New York. A blustery day in autumn. The trees in Central Park have all turned a delicious shade of orange. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
And then Alissa and I both poke our heads out and go, don't.
Yeah. I'm Christopher Maloney. My ass is delicious. I'm 60 years old and I'm jacked out of my mind. I hate sex crimes. But look here, a victim.
I lay down on the ground. I come out from behind the curtain, and I lay down on the ground, and I play dead.
Oh, man. Look at that. Another dame. Life cut short. Enter prime. What is he, 20, 21?
A 19. I'm still dead, though.
Oh.
Still hot, still dead.
19. Her last words were her own age. Tragic.
I haven't watched this show, but I agree. Doctor?
Detective. Detective Maloney. Christopher Maloney.
Maloney. It's like baloney, but with an M.
I got a delicious ass, and I'm definitely on the juice, because I'm shredded as fuck. You can tell by my red muscles. Here's a dead girl on the ground. Who put that bullet in her head? We gotta find out who done this. Let's go down to the docks and see if any of the dock workers know about it.
Scene change?
Change of scene.
As you change the scene, Arnold just comes out in front and he just goes, squawk! 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 And he's flapping his arms, but not his wings.
Okay. Man, the seagulls are active today. Which is, of course, normal for autumn in New York City, at the docks.
I puff a cigarette and I say, hey, I'm a dock worker.
I have a cigarette too, and I'm also the dock worker.
My cigarette has a cigarette, and I'm Christopher Maloney, detective of sex.
Yeah, well, right now I'm pretty standoffish and you're probably pretty suspicious of me, so I'm gonna go over here in the dark corner and brood.
I notice you brooding in the corner, and you're pulling rope up from nowhere.
Hey, I'm trying to clean dried blood out from under my fingernails. Leave me alone, eh?
Hey, you, stop there. I'm police. SVU.
Oh no, the cops.
I pull out my badge.
All right, I've seen enough. You were more entertaining when you were begging for your lives. It's time
we agree.
to become food.
No, we can beg. I drop to my knees. Guys, come on. We gotta beg.
I'm so good at begging. Yes.
We love living.
I've eaten chemicals that you don't have in this world, and I eat mostly only chemicals, and I will taste so bad.
There you go again, talking about other worlds. Tell me, what world do you hail from?
We come from the world where if you eat us, you explode.
Yeah, unless you make a deal that you won't eat us if we agree to tell you about our world.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Paul Giamatti is?
Mm-hmm.
Because I could explain to you the whole plot of the movie Sideways, and you wouldn't want to see it.
I care not for this Paul Giamatti. I only care for this other world. Tell me, strange ones, are you from another realm?
We are.
Yes.
It's called Earth.
And in our world, the only creatures who talk look like us. No
Naked
bird.
monkeys.
No bird people. No dragons speaking. No goblins. It's all just
it'd be
one.
so much better if there were those things in our world. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of do want to maybe stay here when this is all said and done.
There are dinosaur bones. You know what dinosaurs are?
Basically you, dude.
It's you, but without wings for most of them. And
not as cool.
Not as cool.
Worse dragons.
They do not breathe fire, and they were also birds, I guess? We don't know, because all we have is their bones. Yeah. It's like a secret in the ground that we dug up to, make gyms and malls and shit. Here's something. Blink-182.
Make music.
They make music. And I think they wrote the Big Bang Theory intro, so that tells you a lot about our world.
Did they really do that?
I think
Why?
so. Who wrote it?
Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies, I said. Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked
Ladies.
I like Bare Naked Ladies a lot.
Oh, we also forgot, the whole reason I was saying that the only people or the only creatures that can talk in our world are other humans is because we have evolved into the natural top dog, if you will, of all of creaturedom of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
And that's because
Humans.
Yes, and that's because we grow a poisonous appendix. And if anyone were to try to eat us, they die immediately.
Is that a fact? That is such a cool fact.
But all other creatures fear us.
We're the apex predator of our world. Yeah. And I say that and I loosen my waistband because we had a big lunch.
Squishy bags of bones, apex predators. This is laughable, of course, and will make conquering your world that much more satisfying. Here, I propose a new deal. These are my terms. Nesnar and I have been working together for quite some time. He supplies me with magical trinkets from here from there, and the occasional meal or two, or addition to my little town of playfolk, and in return I offer him protection. I keep the creepy crawlies at bay, and I assure that he can continue his work without interruption. It has come... Go ahead, Andrew.
I was just wondering what the creepy crawlies are.
Well, anything that would hinder his missions. It has come to my attention recently, though, that he is working with quite a powerful sorcerer who is planning on opening up portals to other realms. I want that magic for myself. So, my terms. You find how to open portals to other worlds. You get me that magic. You walk free. You do not become a meal, and you do not become an addition to the town below.
Okay.
How do you know that we're gonna do that when you let us leave?
No, shush, we'll do that when we leave, yes.
No, we will.
We
but
will.
Are you going to verify? Do we need to mail you something?
Should we,
every
like,
6
take a
months?
picture of ourselves next to a portal and, like, mail it to you or something?
Oh, yeah, with, like, today's newspaper or something?
Right.
Yeah.
So you know it's a real thing.
As the three of you are like, oh, how will you know, blah, blah, blah. All of you hear in your heads at the same time.
Trust me, I will know.
And it's
God.
the dragon's voice kind of reverberating inside your head.
Don't like that.
I don't like that. Can you hear this? And I start thinking about goats. Just a big pile of goats. Anything?
You just look constipated.
All right.
Okay.
What about this? And I start thinking, somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Is that?
Nothing.
That is our most powerful spell. God damn it! We've got nothing on it.
Smash Mouth.
Yes.
All right. Corpheus, you drive a hard bargain, but you know what? We will do this thing that you just said. And we love to live, so you know we're going to do this. Mm-hmm. Do you have any weapons or gifts or gold or anything to give us so we can complete your task?
Something that you should know about dragons is they do not easily part with the trinkets of their hoard.
Unless...
I think you are all more than capable of completing this mission, and I will even tell you how to get to Nesnar's castle.
Yes.
We'll take that information immediately. Thank you.
Yes, we'll be your happy little
Of
messengers.
course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Alyssa, pen and paper. Please.
Come on.
Okay, got it.
Corpheus once again laughs, but this time he lets out a draconic roar. And as he does, the stage that he is kind of perched on raises up from the ground. And as it does, a tunnel leading underneath it appears.
Who were your contractors? Because I want this in my next apartment. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Very cool. A direct tunnel to Nesnar? Does it get annoying? Does it feel like he can come over anytime? He kind of always knows when you're home, you know?
Does he ever knock on, like, the bottom of the stage and he's like, oh, it's Nesnar. I want to play.
Hey, turn on your music. Yeah.
The Drow and I have a very symbiotic relationship, so easy access to one another's towers and castles is part of the deal.
Okay, but real quick, one last thing before we go. Let's just see, can you hear this? And instead of just thinking in my head, I cast message to Andrew. And I go, hey, Andrew, do you remember Nesnar saying that Corpheus had a stinky, stinky butt? And also, is dumb?
I start laughing. Yeah. I do. I remember that. I remember that. I say aloud.
Alyssa, as you send that message to Andrew, you hear Corpheus's voice in your head.
That Drow will get what's coming to him.
Oh, shit. Well,
anyway, go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For our heads, that they're still on our shoulders.
Yep, love it.
And we love that.
And we're not going to eat you either.
Oh.
By the way, this is symbiotic with us too.
And
We're
you
also not
look
gonna kill you.
delicious, dude. I bet if I dipped you in some teriyaki or barbecue or ranch or something, you would be scrumptious, and I would eat the hell out of you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a great day.
The four of you leave Corpheus's chamber and enter into the tunnel, and you walk for probably a half an hour to 45 minutes. It's very narrow. It has to be single file the entire time. And eventually it opens up into this even larger cavern. And the air here is much more dense. And there's a musky, mildewy smell that hangs on the air. And you get the feeling that you have traversed even further underground. And you look up, and the cavern above is full of stalactites that hang onto the ceiling. And just a drip, drip, drip of water as it falls from the top down to the stone floor of the cavern below. And before you is this huge tower that kind of rises out of the middle of this cavern. And as you approach, you see that it consists of 7 towers of varying sizes and heights. The upper stories all in varying states of kind of collapse and decay. And there's a short flight of steps that lead up to a terrace in front of the main entry. These 2 really heavy wooden doors, both adorned with these black metal knockers that seem to be the shape of spiders.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock. I knock it.
Wait, do we need to just knock?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm scared. It's dark. We're not actually...
Oh, hey.
The people we said we were back there.
Hey, check out this
You know what I mean?
Check out this bullshit. I'm a goblin again.
Yeah. Now he doesn't know who I am.
We're not goblins.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
I tie the intestines back around my foot.
That's a pretty good idea, friend.
I love being a goblin.
I'm tired of being a goblin.
I'm a goblin. I'm a...
Begin transmission. This is Dungeon Radio Hour.
Hello and welcome, adventurers, to Dungeon Radio Hour, a D&D actual play comedy podcast where 7 out of 10 tabletop players agree this podcast has nothing to do with Dungeons & Dragons. As always, I'm your host and dungeon master, Dalton Rusher-Riddle, joined once again by our ragtag band of would-be heroes. Introduce yourself, heroes.
I'm Michael Adair.
I'm Alissa Adair.
And I'm Andrew Gerline.
So I think it is safe to say that we've all been playing this game for almost a decade, if not more.
Oh God, really?
And
Jeez.
yeah, it's been 10 years. I know we don't want to put that on air, but it's been 10 years, everyone. If not more, and I'm pretty sure it's more. But we've been at a table, we've all been there, where something happens either by a DM's design or a player's actions, and it makes us go, huh, this person's kind of an asshole. So
Who are you talking about at this table?
Yeah.
well, it's Mike. We all know that.
Okay.
I'm kidding. If there's any asshole at this table, it's probably me, but I would never admit that. Anyways, I have scoured the pages of Reddit for several AITA D&D posts, and it is now our turn to cast judgment.
AITA, is that like artificial intelligent tits and ass? Sounds awesome.
It's very close. In some circles, it stands for Am I the Asshole?
Oh.
Yeah. Andrew, you don't understand what Reddit is, but those of us who do scour, we know that this is the best page to be on. I'm obsessed with Am I the Asshole? Like, I read them all the time. It's to the point where even if I'm on Pinterest, it will recommend me Am I the Asshole articles.
I disagree.
Pinterest.
I think it's...
Yeah. I'm going in for a pot roast recipe, and I get stuck reading 18 Am I the Asshole stories.
Am I the asshole for poisoning the pot roast at my Thanksgiving last year?
So, buckle up, boys and girls, because these are kind of lengthy. I'm going to read them off, but I need to be able to set the scene so that we can accurately decide, are they the asshole? So this Reddit post comes from Redditor typical_sleep4690. If you listen to our show, shout out, hey, you're on our show. So to start out, I feel silly for writing this. I feel silly for this entire situation. I hate that a fictional world is causing this kind of problem in my life, but here we are. So I'm in a group with 6 newish players. This is our first campaign, but we've been playing together for about a half a year. We have a mix of alignments, but I play the only actual good aligned character. At odds with me are 2 evil characters who basically do